If you as an entrepreneur are stressed right now and you are thinking how I can survive, I don't have enough money for the next day or for the next month, listen this message. I hope to give you some wisdom. We as entrepreneurs are enjoying to invest money in our companies, and most of the times we invest almost all the money in the company, and it's not enough. It's not enough for this to pay, and we are trying to squeeze to pay this invoice, invest in this part, and when we receive a much bigger amount of money, we're trying that amount also. Right now will be better, but again, month after month, and right now in this crisis even harder for most of us to have enough money for surviving. And we will talk today about pressure of a society and about your personal income. So you are paying yourself from the company or from other sources, and it's not enough money for you, for your family, or if you're single, for yourself. It's not enough money for yourself, and you are not sure if you will have next month with this amount or less. And you are stressed because of this. You don't have enough money. Okay, why? Let's discuss it. I will give myself as an example from one of the poorest country in Europe, and if this can be done here, most probably it can be done in your country too, because expenses of food, of clothing, of even toys, yes, gadgets, even in Moldova is a little bit more expensive than in other countries. So almost the same expenses. Renting, it can be different, but everything else is the same, almost the same. So I have been in this part. For my family, for myself, I didn't have enough money for the next week or for the next day, and even we tried to calculate a little what we had to buy a piece of bread or some food, and we are okay with that. But I understood it's not wise to be in this stressful situation, because when you are stressed, family are stressed because of money, you will make not wise decisions. Even when a client comes to you or some opportunities comes to you, and you are seeing it's not a good opportunity, something is bad in it, but you will take it because you need this money. And what is the solution for this? What is the solution to not be stressed about money? It's very simple. A lot of financial teachers are saying, have financial reserve, financial backup, some financials set apart for kind of dark days, for hard days. And this financial reserve actually helps a lot to open your mind for new opportunities. Yes, it can make you lazy. It's another problem. We'll discuss maybe about laziness and about this in another message. But today about financial reserve and how this can help you to have open mind and take new opportunities, even if these opportunities don't bring you exact financial results right now. Why you spend all the money every month, every day, or not every month, you spend almost all what you earn? Because of society pressure. So most used reason or most common reason is this. Your peers, your society you are living is making some pressure on you, even if you don't realize it. Let me give you an example with cars. You most probably have a car, or if you don't have a car, you may be investing or buying or other stuff. In your society, is not okay to have a cheap old car. It's better to have a more new one, better one, equipped with this and this. Kind of it's more safe, kind of is more reliable, kind of it will not broke so often, and so on. And you spend on this car a lot of money. Almost most people spend almost what they earn or what they have money for that car, or they borrow money and make it even a little worse to pay also to pay for the car even more. And the same you are doing with other things. When you are going to a supermarket or you're buying some food, wow, I cannot buy this food, I need to have this and this and this. Bible says very simple: if you have clothing and food and roof on your head, it can be enough. Even your location you are living right now, maybe it's too expensive to live in. Maybe it's cheaper, more reliable to move in a cheaper place if you are renting, or not so prestigious region, or not in the center of your community, or maybe a little more far away. Maybe you'll analyze what kind of expenses you are having right now and what you can get rid of them, and what expenses you must pay the bill if you'll need them. For example, if you'll need to invest in your health, and especially your kids or wife or yourself, if you need to invest for different health reasons, you should do your part. This is your obligation, and sometimes it may take all money you'll have for that reason, and sometimes it's just paranoia and you invest it and you buy certain you buy stuff you don't need for the medicine. It's you're going too extreme. Too extreme is also danger. It's kind of need a balance, and it's hard to describe what this balance is. But of course, for health or for other reasons, you should invest if it's needed for that right now, for that moment. I'm recording this message on a small forest, and in my background I have a forest what was burned. So fire come and burn most of the grass and tree. Grass is growing up again, but trees are not survived. So sometimes we have this fire in our lives, and we have big expenses where we don't have enough income, and this financial backup is like a reservoir of water. What will this water will can stop the fire. Most fires are small ones, and financial backup of 3 to 6 months, if you have a for example, in 1 month you need $1,000 to have a most expenses to be paid off. For others is $100. For others is $10,000. If you will have, for example, if $1,000 is your expenses for 1 month, for 6 months will be $6,000. So if you have this $6,000, for example, $6,000, or your currency, name it, you can stop the most small fires what will come in your life. Of course, 5% or 1% of fires will be so big, even this 6 months reserve will not help. But for the most fires, you can turn it off, you can stop it, and you should do your part. And this is what I am seeing in the Bible. And Jesus teaches us about money a lot of wisdom. Bible has a lot of wisdom about money. I will include some verses in the description, but it's amazing to see how God prepares us to about money. And he says, don't love money, but you need to do your part with money he is giving to you. And one of the responsibilities is to have this reserve. You can say, oh, I will trust my God to every month when I have no expenses, he will provide. Some extremes says like this, but it's not wise. I'll maybe discuss about this in another message. Let me give you an example of financial pressures from your peers, and maybe you will see this. You'll see yourself in that. I had these pressures, and right now I am having that pressure because I delayed to film this message and show you my car, because most of my peers and even my clients have very expensive cars. And when I had 20 years old, I already had good amount of money, and I can buy a car. Can have a good one, and most of my colleagues, peers, bought good cars, and was a pressure for me. I bought my car when I had 29 years old, and I had a little baby. I didn't buy when I had little baby, only when I saw, okay, so I'm not doing my part for my family. I don't take care of my family well, because I need to go in public transportation, and was dangerous for some of the reasons. But I can buy a car. Okay, let's buy it. So I decided, okay, let's buy a very cheap car. And let me show you the car. If you are on audio version, it's an old car, Opel Agila, year 2000, and 1.2 motor, power of a motor. So it's a old car, have some problems, but it takes our family from destination to a destination, and it's enough for us for this period. And I want to delay even to buy a different car, kind of more reliable, as I'm thinking not to fix it so often. But for that, I am calculating the time or the energy and all things, and it's better to not invest. Only if a car will break very hardly, maybe that time I will think to invest and to buy another car. I will see. I will keep you updated when I will buy, and why I thought, okay, it's the time to buy a different car. So I spent for this car $1,100, and I invested maybe $600 already, $600, so about $2,000 the car, with all the investments of reparation, fixing them. And most of my peers, as I said, they have bigger, cheap, more expensive, newest car. If I will calculate the money I received from the beginning of starting the company until now, I can easily have a very expensive car, more maybe a Porsche. Yes, I can buy a Porsche and for $8,000 or $10,000, but I don't need a Porsche, and it will be too heavy burden for my shoulders. It's better to have a very cheap car and most of the money to invest in other things, in knowledge, in my family, in the company, in real estate, and to take care of a future, not only taking care of the present to live it fully. Yes, I want to live it fully, but not fully with all the money I receive. So I'm sharing this with you because maybe it will encourage you to look at your expenses, and even in this crisis, even if you're receiving right now less money, you can place 10% of your income on a different bucket, and when you receive more money, you can place that money in that bucket and that envelope, and you will have a financial reserve for you and for your family, and you will be safe, kind of safe for most fires what will take place, and you will do your part wisely. And after you have this financial reserve, go extreme and invest in other things, all the money you will receive from other places, but first is take care of your financial reserve, and after you can think about other opportunities or how you can enjoy life with your money different way. But don't grow your expenses without growing your financial backup for 3 to 6 months. Maybe for 1 year, yes, you can cover 1 year and you will be good enough. If you have more than 1 year, this is another topic, we'll discuss it again maybe in another video. For now, I'll leave you with simple idea. Take 10%, leave it in a different envelope for your financial reserve, and don't look to your society and pressures they're making to you. See you in the next message.